Now me love to see the schoolers them a graduate. I study hard and save the party for the holidays. Diplomatic grade, them diploma and them won't be great. Because them not pick up no matic and not perpetrate. And then I love the energies where them a generate. My generation it's so special it will make a change. Because the yellow sow the seed and it a germinate. So anytime them see the progress them a celebrate. Because we're rising up despite of the economy. And then now we are starting show like the astronomy. And now we keep on breaking through is an anomaly. Because we keep remaining true without apology. The mission of we carry through and finish properly. Say Gambia to Guadeloupe or is to Napoli. Say Zambia to Honolulu back to Tripoli. And everybody want a future living happily.
My generation will make a change. We'll make a change. We'll make a change, yeah. This generation will make a change. This generation, yeah. My generation.
Muammar Gaddafi said, "I am not a dictator. I am a revolutionary leader. Democracy means government by the people, not by politicians. Freedom without discipline is chaos. The world is divided into oppressors and oppressed. I choose to stand with the oppressed. True democracy can only be achieved through justice and equality. Africa is my home. I will fight to the death for her freedom and unity."
Exactly 6 years since Muammar Gaddafi was killed. Muammar Gaddafi's prophecies. I will not go into exile to any foreign country. I was born here in Libya, and I will die here. This country was a desert, and I turned it into a forest, where everything can grow. No one loved this land more than its citizens. If Europe and America tell you that they love you, be careful. They love the wealth of your land. The oil and not the people. They are helping you to fight against me, but it will be wiser for you to fight against them because they are fighting against your future and progress. My message to you, the people of Libya, is, they are helping you to kill me, but you will pay the price because you will suffer. And my message to you, America and Europe, is, you will kill me, but be ready to fight a never-ending terrorism. Before you realize your ignorance, terrorists will be hitting you at your doorstep. Gaddafi once told the Nigerian and British governments to divide Nigeria into two, so that the Hausa/Fulani, Muslims, Yoruba, Christians, and Biafran/Igbo can live as neighboring countries. It's good we look at these 16 real reasons why Colonel Gaddafi was killed. 1. There is no electricity bill in Libya. Electricity is free for all its citizens. 2. There is no interest on loans. Banks in Libya are state-owned and loans given to all its citizens are at a 0% interest by law. 3. Home is considered a human right in Libya. Gaddafi vowed that his parents would not get a house until everyone in Libya had a home. 4. All newlyweds in Libya receive $60,000 dinars, $50,000 US dollars, from the government to buy their first apartment. 5. Education and medical treatments are free in Libya. Before Gaddafi, only 25% of Libyans were literates. Today, the figure stands at 83%. 6. Libyans taking up farming as a career, they received farmland, a farming house, equipment, seeds and livestock to kick-start their farms, all for free. 7. If Libyans cannot find the education or medical facilities they needed in Libya, the government funded them to go abroad for it. 8. In Gaddafi's Libya, if a Libyan buys a car, the government subsidized 50% of the price. 9. The price of petrol in Libya is $0. 14 per liter. 10. Libya has no external debt and its reserves amount to $150 billion, now frozen globally. 11. If a Libyan is unable to get employment after graduation, the state would pay the average salary of the profession as if he or she is employed until employment is found. 12. A portion of Libyan oil sale is credited directly to the bank accounts of all Libyan citizens. 13. A mother who gave birth to a child under Gaddafi received US $5,000 as child benefit up front. 14. 40 loaves of bread in Libya costs 15 cents. 15. 25% of Libyans have a university degree. 16. Gaddafi carried out the world's largest irrigation project, known as the Great Man-Made River Project, to make water readily available throughout the desert country. If this is called dictatorship, I wonder what type of leadership Democrats have. Share this to remember Gaddafi.
بعدين حرب أفغانستان حتى يجري فيها التحقيق. لماذا احنا نعادي طالبان؟ ولماذا نعادي أفغانستان؟ من هي طالبان؟ الطالبان إذا كان بتعمل أفغانستان دولة دينية فلتعملها دولة دينية وما له مالها مثل الفاتيكان. هل الفاتيكان تشكل خطر علينا أبدا؟ دولة دينية مسالمة جدا. وكان الأفغان يبغوا يعملوا دولتهم إمارة إسلامية بتبقى زي الفاتيكان. من اللي قال طالبان عدو؟ وجيش الجيوش وعشان نضربه. هل بن لادن أفغاني؟ هل بن لادن أفغاني؟ هل بن لادن طالباني؟ أبدا. بن لادن لا هو طالباني ولا أفغاني. هل الإرهابيين اللي ضربوا نيويورك المدينة التي فيها نحن الآن هل هم أفغان؟ هل هم من طالبان؟ أبدا. ليسوا أفغان وليسوا طالبان. إذا لماذا العراق ولماذا أفغانستان؟ أنا لو أني بنقرر
In 2011, when Muammar Gaddafi, the former president of Libya, was being bombed by the French and was under attack by NATO, he said, "Now I am under attack by the biggest force in military history. My little African son, Obama, wants to kill me, to take away the freedom of our country, to take away our free housing, our free medicine, our free education, our free food, and replace it with American-style thievery called capitalism." But all of us in the third world know what that means. It means corporations run the countries, run the world, and the people suffer. So there is no alternative for me. I must make my stand, and if Allah wishes, I shall die by following his path. the path that has made our country rich with farmland, with food, and health. Of course, Gaddafi was eventually killed by NATO-backed insurgents, and since Libya has gone from one of the most prosperous countries in all of Africa to a country with extreme poverty that's in an utter state of chaos, they essentially have no central government anymore, and open-air slave markets have returned to the country. And the reason I laugh at the part about Obama is because Obama's presidency was pitched as this amazing thing for black people. Look, we have a black person as president, all our problems are solved. But then Obama continued to do the work of the military-industrial complex in the U.S. empire, and he made life much, much worse for all of the black people living in Libya, or in Venezuela, where he held the people under sanction, or in Somalia, which he bombed, or anywhere in Africa, where he waged his drone war. Thanks, Obama. In 2011,
why was Muammar Gaddafi killed? Muammar Gaddafi was murdered because he, along with the other African heads of state, were about to bring into existence Africa's first central bank. They were erecting a central bank in Africa, which was going to do what? Back its money to the resources under the ground in Africa. Now, what would that have done to the global economic order? Remember, the United States dollar isn't backed on any natural resource. The British pound isn't backed on any natural resource. The Canadian dollar, the European Union, their currency isn't backed on any natural resource because Europe doesn't have a lot of natural resources. Africa does. So if they would have been successful in creating a central bank of Africa, coming up with a unitary currency and then backing that currency to the material wealth under the soil, they would have bankrupted every other economic system in this world from America to Europe to China. That was revolution. And that's why Muammar Gaddafi had to be assassinated, because he was about to help the African heads of state eliminate modern slavery and neo-colonial. Why was Muammar Gaddafi?
الإسرائيليين لا يقاتلون ضد الفلسطينيين فقط، يقاتلون ضد الأمة العربية. هذا قتال وجود وليس قتال حدود، وهم ينتظرون اليوم الذي يحل فيه المشكل الفلسطيني لكي يتفرغوا للهجوم على بقية الشعوب العربية. الخندق الفلسطيني يقاوم نيابة عنكم. يجب دعم حشد كل الإمكانيات وراء الخندق الفلسطيني. إذا سقط هذا الخط ستتقدم القوات الإسرائيلية إلى البلاد العربية ومحيط الخليج. يريدون إقامة إمبراطورية إسرائيلية فوق الأرض العربية. ما تسمع حكاية كلام مسيرة السلام، خداع، تدجيل على الجماهير. أي مسيرة سلام؟ مسيرة دمار ومذابح في لبنان، في سوريا، في فلسطين، في تونس، في ليبيا. الآن يدفن الفلسطينيون أحياء وهم أحياء في فلسطين اليوم. هذه فرضها الانحطاط وضعف العزيمة العربية. هذا الجيل جيل الغضب. إلى الغرب الآن يريد تدمير الحدود وإقامة الوحدة وإقامة القوة ومواجهة التحدي بالتحدي وتحرير فلسطين. هذا يتحدي، أمة تتحدى فيكم، يجب أنكم تتحدوا هذه الأمة. لماذا؟ هل أنتم جبناء؟ ما عندكمش إمكانيات؟ أمة أمريكية تتحدى فيكم، يجب أن تتحداها. الإسرائيليين لا يقاتلون.
Why do you think they killed him? You think they killed him because he killed his people? Hell no. They killed him because, listen to me real good. You touched my nerve with that question. Did you know that in Libya, nobody's homeless? Listen, everybody in Libya has either a home or an apartment. They call it a flat. Did you know education in Libya is free from kindergarten through college? And did you know that if a Libyan wanted to come to America to be educated, the government in Libya paid for their education? Did you know that? I was there when he opened a $500 million hospital with 18 theaters for operation. I was there, and we went when he was making their own medicines. See, this was a man that gave free medical attention to all the citizens of Libya. And if Libya did not offer that kind of medical attention, they could fly anywhere in the world and get it, and the Libyan government would pay for it. Did you know that? No, you didn't. Did you know that from the oil money, every Libyan citizen got a stipend every year? And did you know that that man had no debt? Everything in his country was paid for. See? Now, when you got a man that did that for an African nation and was trying to do that for all Africa, how do you think Europe felt about that? Well, I was with Muammar Gaddafi when Gaddafi insert in 1999 advanced coming out of the OAU to the African Union with a vision of the United States of Africa. Muammar Gaddafi spent, listen to me, billions of dollars to create the African Union. Did you know that Gaddafi gave $300 million and the other African nations gave $100 million to put up a satellite so that we who call Africa don't have to go through Europe to get to Africa? And Europe was getting $500 million a year just by our telephone calls to the continent. Now we can call directly to Africa, and that $500 million is in the hand of African people. Did you know that Muammar Gaddafi was setting up an African development bank with $70 billion in the African Development Bank from Libyan oil money? That we would not have to borrow money from the IMF and the World Bank at these exorbitant rates. Zero interest under Islamic non-usury teachings. I just left St. Kitts, and in the island of St. Kitts, he was going to set up a Caribbean Development Bank. He told the Prime Minister there, and he was going to put $1 billion in that bank for Caribbean development. Why do you
my generation subject to gentrification, depicting their frustrations over ill instrumentation. Cause music is the way to convey to you what I'm facing, placing my life in front of your eye for your observation. Now if you can't relate, then maybe you are too complacent. Athletes today are scared to make Muhammad Ali statements. What's up with tomorrow? Will you lead? Will you follow? Improve your values. Education is real power. I reach them like Bono. So get rid of your self-sorrow. Add some bravado. Get wealthy like Wells Fargo. It's true that I am you and I am
proof, surviving through. We do what we gotta do. Yo, we could break the cycle, let nobody lie to you. Then maybe put our sons and our daughters in private school. Cause there's a mission we gotta finish before we leave. This generation is destined to do historic deeds.
My generation will make the change. This generation will make the change. My generation, this generation, yeah. My generation will make a change. Will make a change, will make a change, yeah. This generation will make the change. This generation,
If you weather that storm, then that rain brings sun. Been a long time coming, I know change gon' come. Man, I gotta keep it moving to the beat of my drum. Last night I set the future at the feet of my son. But they thinking that my generation gotta die young. If we all come together, then they can't divide one. Don't worry about it, just be about it. Got a message from God, heaven too crowded. But I say, hey young world, you never look better. And I heard change start with the man in the mirror. This generation, I'ma represent a generation led by a black president. Now how's that for change? Who knew that can change? I don't even look at the flag the same. Yeah. So when you finish reading Revelations, thank God for my generation.
my generation.